Greetings, children of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here. How long has it been, my friends, since we discussed the Astonishing X-Men? That's right, guys. Astonishing X-Men number 6 is on today's docket. I know it's been a while since we looked at the last one, but I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys are as well. Real quick before we jump in, let's do a brief recap on the things that have happened to date. So, the whole story started off with a worldwide psychic attack, and then specifically Psylocke was under major attack, so she sent out a psychic butterfly SOS to all of her friends in the X-Men, who came to her aid, and she was like, hey guys, it's the Shadow King, he's trying to take over the whole world, we have to deal with this now, we can't get anyone else, right now, it's important, okay, let's go, let's do this. So they go into the astral plane to fight the Shadow King, and there they find that the astral plane is not only being inhabited at this point by the Shadow King, but by his prisoner, Professor Xavier, and they are at war with each other, and they've been playing this weird war game on many different psychic levels, and now, as the final stage, they have brought in real players, the X-Men and the real world, and whoever wins this game wins it all, and gets to decide the fate of the X-Men as well as the physical world. However, in the last issue, we saw that many members of the X-Men team, as well as a whole horde of humans in London, had been taken over by the Shadow King and had just burst into all-out anarchy, just violence, crazy stuff everywhere. So it looks like the Shadow King has got the upper hand, but let's not count Professor X out just yet. He seems to have a little something under his sleeve. Up his sleeve, that's what I'm looking for. But anyway, guys, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Astonishing X-Men number 6. The Shadow King revels in his victory. Xavier points out, however, the game is not yet concluded. Xavier points out that there are still 3 players on the field. Farouk says that he never had a chance, not with these 3, especially since Farouk had discovered a new power source, to which Xavier questions, so you mean to say that you've been cheating? Sarcastically, mockingly, the Shadow King apologizes, to which Xavier responds, I would have expected nothing less. But please, don't concern yourself. So did I, and with that, Phantomax, Rogue, and Mystique attack. There's something about the way the X-Men fight. They fight for themselves, and for us, but also for what they are. Every battle is a statement. We are mutant kind. Look how beautiful we are. Back on the streets of London, still under the control of the Shadow King, Gambit and Old Man Logan fight against the Archangel. From the headquarters of the Ministry of Defense in Britain, they look at the anarchy on the streets, the fights going on, all the people possessed, and decide they have no other alternative but to nuke the city. The battle wages on, both on the battlefields of Earth and in the astral plane. The Shadow King mocks Xavier, saying, how could you expect to beat me with these soldiers? These 3, when I have so much power. And Xavier then reveals to him, these were exactly the 3 he needed. They are fluid, without shape, always changing. They are the perfect warriors for the astral plane. Xavier has been playing the long game, and now with battle waged in multiple planes of existence, the Shadow King's powers are weakening, and Xavier's powers are rising. He is finally ready to make his final play. And that is enough. Xavier lets off a huge burst of psychic energy, knocking Farouk out of his element of power. And then Xavier's warriors step up and destroy him. Back on the streets of London, the Shadow King's powers over Wolverine and Gambit wane. However, the missile is still inbound. Psylocke psychically reaches out to Archangel, telling him he is the only one who can stop the missile that is headed that way, while Phantomax speaks to someone inside the astral plane. After all, what do people know about me? Nothing very nice. Murderer, thief, liar. The Weapon X boys designed me to be thoroughly awful. And in the streets, the infected people, still under the power of the Shadow King, run towards the military. Archangel looks into the skies and sees the jets flying the missiles in. Save people, yes. Phantom X speaks again to the astral plane, but you do something big enough, good or bad, and it washes everything else away. And this is big. This they will never forget. Betsy looks up and sees Archangel flying towards the missiles. Oh my God. It's all right, Elizabeth. Everything will be fine. And it's revealed to be Phantom X. Phantom X, you're back. But I didn't pull you out of the astral plane. How? Yes, I am back. But I'm not Phantom X. I'm Charles Xavier. But you can call me X. End of Act 1. Right on, guys, that was Astonishing X-Men number 6, and it was pretty awesome. I have to admit, as the end of Act 1, which is a little weird because this was originally set as a 12-issue maxi-series, so I'm wondering, since we're only on, like, issue 6, but we've just got to the end of Act 1, if that means that they're going to be extending it because sales are doing good, or I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm really interested to see where it goes from here. The conclusion of Charles Xavier taking the body of Phantom X is interesting because Phantom X has his own set of powers that I think Charles could enhance through being in control of his body. I don't think it's a permanent thing. I think it's only a matter of time before we get Charles Xavier either having a clone body or something like that, kind of like the things they've done in the past. But anyway, him taking over Phantom X's body is interesting just because Phantom X is a pretty sleazy character, and I'd like to see how that affects the psyche of Charles Xavier while in that body. That could be really cool. Again, the story really continues to hold up for me. Shadow King has been defeated in the astral plane, but yet he is still, like his power can still be felt outside of it, still causing this huge riot and everything, so I don't know where that's going to end, and obviously the Shadow King isn't actually destroyed. At some point he will build back his power within the astral plane and be back and remanifest, so obviously we're not done with him yet. So all in all, I'm really interested to see where it goes. I was really happy with this issue. If there was one thing that I would complain about for this particular issue, the art in it is beautiful and it's fantastic, but sometimes fails only slightly in the sequential storytelling. And considering that's what a comic book is, it's actually kind of a big problem. Now again, the artwork in it is phenomenally good. It is beautiful. I really loved it, but there were times during the action sequences where they were cutting between the astral plane and the physical world where it became a little hard for me to keep up with it. Keep up with what exactly was going on where. But I did not feel like that diminished this issue. A lot of the issues previous have been very fast-paced, moving very fast, and like throwing a lot at you and a lot of cool action. This one was clearly a kind of a small step down just because they're taking a breath at the end of this act, getting ready to like ramp up Act 2, I suppose. So all things considered, it was a good issue, and I would give it, I'd say 3 out of 5 X's. That sounds a little triple X's. No, we will give this 3 out of 5 X-Men insignias. Let's call it that, because that seems a lot better. Anyway, guys, I really liked this issue. What did you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like this video if you liked it and share it with some friends. If you're not subscribed, then please go over there and subscribe to check out all the content I'm going to have coming out in the future. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope y'all have a great night. Nerd Scum, out.